Hey y'all, today I'm going to be talking to you about mesothelioma. For those who don't know, mesothelioma is a very aggressive form of lung cancer. This topic hits really close to home for me. In 2010, when I was only 16 years old, we were informed that my grandpa was diagnosed with this aggressive form of lung cancer. With that, today I'm going to be discussing with you the causes, the diagnosis, and different ways that have been made to help prevent and slow down this aggressive form of cancer. Unfortunately, like I said, mesothelioma is a very aggressive form of cancer, but its causes are actually ever so simple. If you ingest or are exposed to asbestos and you inhale any of it, you could potentially be at risk for obtaining mesothelioma. My grandpa worked for a factory called DuPont, and he was the top electrician there, and that's how he got it. He got it from insulation that had asbestos inside the company itself. Asbestos is a group of naturally occurring minerals that are typically found in a dust or powder form, and once inhaled, they have a lining that is made around your lungs or your abdominal area, and that lining is what helps lead to the cause of mesothelioma. My grandpa's case, it was around his lungs, which made it more difficult for him to breathe. He was on oxygen a lot. Once you have noticed that you have been around or have been handling asbestos, your best bet would be to contact your doctor as immediately as possible. Now, asbestos can take about 10 to 50 years to show up in mesothelioma form in your body. But if you let your doctor know ahead of time that you have been exposed, they can check for it regularly to make sure that you are safe or to catch it in its earliest stages. The unfortunate part about mesothelioma is your symptoms can show up as really simple things, such as the flu or pneumonia. So you might brush it off and think that you just have a common cold or you're just sick. But the best bet is to be, if you've ever been in any type of building industry, would be to go to contact your doctor as soon as possible. Now, once you are diagnosed with that, you're going to hear a multitude of different things, and a lot of them not being the best things that you want to hear. First and foremost, they're going to talk to you about life expectancy. The life expectancy with mesothelioma is roughly 18 to 31 months with treatment. Now, this isn't the same for everybody because every person is individually different, but this is the case among most of these cases. Now, this varies depending on what stage cancer you're in, how much of your body it's taken over, and what treatments you might or might take in the future in order to help prevent this very aggressive form of cancer. My grandpa, he did radiation and chemotherapy along with whatever they threw at him. I know that he did a test at one point where he was the test subject of a new treatment they were trying, but I don't remember what that was at this moment. But chemotherapy and radiation are two of the top when it comes to mesothelioma lung cancer. My grandpa lived 7 years after his diagnosis, which is almost unheard of in the world of mesothelioma. Unfortunately, he had several other people that he worked with, coworkers from DuPont, that were not so lucky. Most of them only made it to about a year and a half after diagnosis, with one making it to 3. My grandpa, out of all of them, was the one to make it the longest. Nowadays, asbestos is outlawed in most countries, but of course, there's still going to always be those places around the world that will do anything for the cheap. They want to make as much money as possible, and profit is above all. So it will never fully be extinguished if we keep letting it be in this world. With that being said, they're also making big strides in different treatments. Every year, for my birthday, I do a fundraiser to help mesothelioma treatment. I have raised a few $1,000s, which isn't much, but in the long run, it does something. They make different treatments every day. Like I was explaining with my grandpa how he did a test. So they'll have treatments that are not 100% ready for the world yet, but they'll let different patients, depending on where they're at, try these out. Now, my grandpa had already made it 4 years at this point, so he was already way past the life expectancy, but he was having a moment at this time where the cancer was very aggressive and overtaking him. So he tried this treatment on, and it ended up being a success, and it gave him another 3 years. So if we keep making these different strides every day in our life, to either, you know, we need to report whenever we're around asbestos, let them know what we're feeling. Every little detail counts in order to help completely, not, I wouldn't say completely, but slow down this aggressive cancer and maybe help to one day find a cure for this cancer. Thank you so much.